Now I'd like to introduce Fereshteh Behzad, whose brother was executed in the 1988 massacre.
My
brother, Mustafa Behzad, was one of the victims of the 1988 massacre. In 1986, when he was only 19, he was in fact taken hostage only because my elder brother had left Iran to join the MEK. He was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment, and despite having served his term, he was executed in 1988. I have a small memory of our last meeting in the prison. We were allowed one prison visit annually. At the end of our last visit in the spring of 1988, he told me from behind the glass cabin very cheerfully, "I will come very soon and we will leave together." This was our last meeting, which I will never forget. I will never forget his smile and sensation. Many things have remained untold about the massacre. I want to mention an aspect about which there has been less discussion, and that is the psychological torture and pressure on the families during the massacre. In November of 1988, they called my father and asked him to go to the committee. Since my brother had served his term, we thought it had to be about his release. My father went there happily to receive the news of his son's freedom. But upon entry, they threw a bag towards him and said, "These are your son's belongings. We killed him." In the shock of the news, my father had a heart attack, paralyzing half of his body. He also lost his eyesight. In that very condition, they handed him a piece of paper to sign. My father told them, "I cannot see anything. What do you want me to sign?" They said he should sign a commitment not to tell anybody about his son being killed, and that we were not allowed to mourn or wear black. We never found out how he was martyred. They told us that he had had a special execution. Some say he was put in a room with a number of other prisoners and killed by a gas. Some say he was hanged. The reason we cannot know for sure is that they never delivered the body to us, nor did they tell us where he was buried. We have even no information about the way he was killed. Indeed, this is not an issue of the past. When I hear the news of the execution of the participants in recent uprisings in Iran, I recall those memories and remember the moment in 1988 when they executed the prisoners one by one and delivered the news without even returning their bodies.